So good morning and welcome to Broadcast Solutions Virtual Innovation Day. Live here from a very, very sunny UK. I'm broadcasting live from Winchester in the UK from my back garden, as you can see behind me. It's been the backdrop for many live shots over the last 6 months due to lockdown. We're here to show you today about the star of the show, the SSM 500 from Dreamship. New high frame rate, super slow motion camera. That's going to be the star of the show, as I say. So just to let you know what we're doing today, and we are actually using innovation to its full. We're streaming from my garden on my local internet connection into Sweden, where it's being cut with our friends from Next Edition, and Adam's doing some of the previews today. And we have some video and some stuff to show you as we go through. This will be the method of using all of the streams I'm doing today. 3 streams today, one on Dreamship, one on Next at next hour, and then this afternoon one with Mobile Viewpoint. So lots of innovation going on. So using Dreamship products actually. So I've got a Dreamship camera in front of me at the moment, little mini 4K camera, and we're streaming on a Barracuda unit, SRT streaming into Sweden, and being picked up with the SRT decoder unit in Malmo into the Next Edition system. Very, very pleased to have join me today is Stefan Dukaboo from Dreamship. Welcome, Stefan.
Yeah, good morning, Malcolm.
Stefan and I have got to know each other very well over the last 6 months.
Exactly.
Part of the system here is to ensure that everything's working with Dreamship and how it's all going there. So we'll see how it goes. So Stefan, a little bit of discussion. Here's the SSM. I'll show it here now. On here, I've got the lens motor as well driving through. This is the C-mount version. There comes in a B4 mount as well, and there's also talk about a split head as well. Can you just go through a few of the systems here, Stefan, and show us what it can do?
Sure, of course. So let me first thank you for having us at those Broadcast Innovation Days of Broadcast Solution. I think that during those COVID time, it's a fantastic opportunity to meet with customers and
Absolutely.
to show new products. So it's really, really cool to be there and to be part of this days. So let me maybe just quickly introduce Dreamship first, and then we can jump into the camera. I will be quick on that one. So we are a German company with the main headquarters in Hanover. We have more than 120 engineers. Most of them are busy with developing products and new technology, always around the sensors, the picture technologies. Some of them are dedicated to the broadcast product. So that's what we are speaking about today. But we are also working with the automotive world. So we do camera sensors, cameras for the big car manufacturer. That's the kind of thing that we do. The unique selling points of our cameras are always the size. So we do small cameras, mini cameras, and also it's about our video processing. So we do everything in-house, obviously. So that's our product, our intellectual property. And I think that we do something great when it comes to POV or mini camera. Regarding, Malcolm, the SSM 500, that's, I think, the state of the art of our camera range. So it's based on the 2/3 inch Full HD sensor. And the camera has 2 different workflows. So we have the SSM mode, the super slow motion mode, which is just pushing streaming phases into a broadcast server like EVS, Grass Valley, Dreamcatcher, Slow-Mo TV, Simply Live, that kind of broadcast servers.
More the traditional super slow motion stuff, yeah.
Exactly. So we are pushing phases, so for SDI phases in that case, and everything is recorded in the server. And then we have another workflow where we record into the internal memory of the camera. In that case, we can reach higher frame rates. We can reach up to 500 frames per second during 60 seconds. So we have an internal memory that covers 60 seconds that we split into a maximum of four banks. They are fully independent for sure. So the camera can handle both workflow. It's just a restart of the camera. It's really quick, and it's really two totally different workflow.
Fantastic. I think we've got a little video here of which you've created for us to show us the workflow in trigger mode. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Exactly. So that's my personal setup I got here in my home because of the COVID. I had to make something interesting. So you can see at the top left, that's the live output of the camera, which is always available, whatever the situation. And then you have the replay. So based with our collaboration with CyanView, we have
yeah, lots of Zoom call. Oh, he's back. You're back. You're back now, Stefan.
Yeah, I'm back.
Is that Zoom for you?
my computer just crashed. So, but I'm already back.
You can't beat that, can you?
It's live. We don't lie.
Exactly.
So we have the replay outputs that can be triggered from a Stream Deck or a Shuttle Pro. So this is integrated by CyanView, and you can see here our multi-matrix. So it's really part of the video processing. So we do secondary correction. So that's normally in the very high-end CCU of the broadcast camera. So you can really focus on one color, like changing the green of the grass, the blue of the sky, the jersey color of the players, for instance. And so you can really change independently every single colors without affecting the others. So here I was showing with my correction and without my correction, and you can see that just the red is changing to almost pinkish, and it's not affecting anything else. So that's really part of the ISP.
That I think is a really important part of all the Dreamkit camera range, isn't it? Is the one thing we're finding with the Atom ones and the 4Ks is the ability to match in traditional cameras like Sony, Grass Valley, Hitachi's on outside broadcast. They bringing that mini camera and then super slow motion camera into the world where, in the old days we used to have real problems color matching between the cameras. I'm finding that a lot of customers are loving the fact you can color match the Dreamkit cameras so well.
I think that's the most important at the end of the day, because all the cameras should match together. So again, combined with CyanView, with the RCP, you can really give the shading tools to any vision engineer to match anything almost. So it's going to be really impressive result at the end. So, and that's part of all of our products.
Gone are the days where you could always tell whether it's a mini camera or not. You can now tell you can't tell the difference sometimes, can you? So it's really interesting stuff.
That's actually got some interesting stuff. We are getting from the field. Yes,
absolutely. Yeah. I've been seeing some demo stuff that customers are shot, and it's fantastic against a camera probably 30 or 40 times its price, to be honest.
Exactly.
So that's pretty good. You mentioned CyanView there. In the last 6 months, we've been doing a lot of work with David Bourgeois from CyanView, and they've done a lot of work integrating their control systems, fully integrated IP control system across the system. And it works very well with this SSM 500. And also they've done a lot of work on the general stuff with all the Atom cameras, so very flexible. Give us a call if you want to find out a bit more about that. But also David has done a lot of work with EVS initially, and we're looking at other super slow-mo servers as well, but EVS is the first one we've really embraced. And we recently did a webinar with Dreamship, and this is a little clip from the webinar showing how the super slow-mo can integrate with the EVS control panel as well. So it really integrates very, very easily into existing workflows, into existing OB trucks.
Just a standard EVS here, and I'm actually controlling the playback from the Stream Deck and Shuttle. So you see that I can actually cue back and play. And whenever you have the action and you want to be on air on the EVS, you just cue to the beginning of the action and you're ready for the director to roll it. So whether you would have an EVS server or any other kind of servers, that's basically the way you're going to work with. So there we go. I will do it again. So I raise the block. There is an action coming. I trigger. I can trigger actually from the Shuttle Pro itself. I cue back and I let it go. And whenever that's the start I want to play, I'm ready for the director. I roll it. And it's as fast as this. And you can put an in point. You can put your out point and save the clip from there. So that is fine if you have this Stream Deck and the Shuttle to control the replay. Now we also integrated, as I showed, with the EVS hypermotion. For that, we switched to the hypermotion mode. So I'm going to switch there, which means that in that case, the EVS is not controlling the server. So the LSM is not controlling the server anymore. It's actually controlling the camera itself. So you see here that I'm recording on the block 3, and you see the same there on the EVS. I'm able to do another action here. Let me put back the live on. Sorry, that's EVS mode. I will put back the live on channel 1. Yeah, so there I have the live there. Okay, there we go. So I have the live there on both sides right now. I can trigger from the EVS remote, and I cue back to the beginning of the action, and I can play from here. So what you see is actually I'm now recording on block 4. I'm playing back from block 3. And you see exactly the same status there on the Stream Deck itself. So if I trigger another time, so let's say I have a second action, I trigger from here, you see that we are actually now recording on block 1. I have playback from block 3, and there is some content on block 4. And you see exactly the same status there on the EVS. So whether you actually cue back from the shuttle or you cue back from the EVS, they're both in sync. So it doesn't matter which one you use. But in a truck, obviously, you can just have the EVS remote. The record button is going to erase everything. So now if you're in a real sports situation, you're going to have, for example, a nice action that's coming there, and you want to trigger that. So I'm going to take this with the take. I'm queuing back this action, and I'm going to play it. And while I'm playing this, at some point, there might be something else, like a goal. And in that case, the goal is going to be more important. So if there is a goal right now, I can trigger the second one while I'm still playing the action. But if I want to go straight to the goal, I will select the second block, which means that now I'm showing the goal there. I can come back to the beginning of the goal, and I can put that on there immediately. So now I have the goal. I can put an in point as well. I can put an out point and save the clip. So that's going to be saved. And I'm playing back the goal. And at the same time, I mean, right after that, we can have something else like flags or something like this. So if I have some flags, I can trigger that as well while I'm still playing actually the goal. And so you see right now, I have the action on block A. I'm playing the goal back on block B. And on block C, I should have the flags. So when I'm done playing the goal, I will just free that block. It goes back after to the first block, which is actually available, and this was the first action. But if I want the flags first, I just select the flags. I come back to the beginning of this, and I roll it. I can put my in point whenever I want, the out point there, and can save that clip. So you can put that on air, and whenever you're done with the flag, you just free it, and you're back to the first action that you had, and you can finish playing that back. So you have 4 blocks, and on the SSM500, there's a huge memory, which means that basically you don't care too much about the recording length. You will get enough for your action. And so you just trigger as soon as you have an action that you want to capture. And whenever you free all the blocks, you see that you're back live. And that means that everything has been played back and you're safe to go.
So there's a really good example from David Simeview showing how the technical side works and in how it actually works in reality. Stefan, I know that some of your other customers have done some really good stuff with some swimming events in Hungary, I believe, and we have a couple of images here from that event.
Absolutely. So actually, that was the very first official use of the camera in a big event, broadcast event like that. So that was in Hungary with the.
And that's on a pole cam, yeah.
Yeah, that's on the pole cam. So the camera is placed in a waterproof housing because it's filming really under the water. So it's you see here the waterproof housing. So it's done by Deep Vision in France. And the camera is used in the OB vans of NEP Germany for the ISL, so the swimming league. So it's being used at the moment.
they've got their own little remote control system, I understand, as well.
Exactly. So you can see that here. So you see the Stream Deck and the Shuttle Pro next to the EVS. So it's fully turnkey solution for them. So the guys from NEP Germany can really just roll out any slow motion replay from the memory. So it's 60 seconds of live memory. Again, I really insist on that because this is totally unique. Because that means that if you would record everything at 500 frames per second, that would mean 10 minutes of replay, which is astonishing. So it's really
pretty good for this little camera, isn't it? And the actual footage. I think this will show some of the actual footage. Obviously, the camera is a camera. But let's have a look at some of the stuff you actually get from it. This is stunning from underwater stuff. It's a new angle and new feed, isn't it? So.
Exactly. This is amazing shots, slow motion under the water. That really brings something to the production. So and the main thing that we didn't discuss is also usually those cameras are really expensive, so they don't use those cameras too much, but here we have really a game changer also because of the pricing. So
I think you're right, we didn't mention the commercial side, but that's obviously a real benefit for a lot of people, and that's really good. So
I think more people will be able to use that technology. Exactly. Yeah,
absolutely. And I think that's one thing. Now, I mean, enough about all that swimming nonsense. Take a look at this video here. This is class video. This is. You want to see some sporting action. So this is me playing around with the camera over the summer. And you can see, I mean, Tiger Woods, eat your heart out, mate. This is, if I don't get a career in television, I might just go to golf now, I think. But the price range of this opens this up for some of the major golfing tournaments to have one of these on every tee, and that's just quality. And I got the side shot as the full front on side of this as well, so you can see this going. And forget the golf shot, look at those legs.
Fantastic legs, Malcolm.
And I want no comments about where my left shoulder or right shoulder is. It's
your hips.
So, yeah, exactly. Well out of line, but but also it's great for other stuff. I mean, we've got some shots here that I've been messing around with my kids in the back garden. Take a look at these with the bubbles and things. The quality of these images is just stunning for what you get. So.
Yeah, it really brings emotion. That's really the goal of having slow motion. It brings something really poetic to the scene. So look at that; it's beautiful.
Absolutely. And then and one of my favourites that I got over the summer is my little bees that I got in my garden. I'm not just a fantastic golfer; I'm a great nature photographer as well. So I can put that in there. So.
Yeah, this one is amazing. You can really see all the details of the bee.
And I suppose that's really the whole thing about the super slow motion. As you say, commercially, really, really good for a commercial point of view. And we've got some stuff that the professionals shot here as well at some point where we can see some really good high quality stuff where the guys have gone and shot it. Some demo stuff from Dreamship, which we'll roll a little bit for so you can see what's going on with things. And Stefan, this is obviously, I think what we're showing here is a lot of the images are there's such a variety of stuff you can use super slow motion and high frame rate camera stuff for. We've seen a lot of stuff of water bottles being dropped, but actually when you put it in the real world, it's stunning, isn't it?
Absolutely. So it's not just about sport. Of course, sport is a big application for slow motion cameras, but it's also to bring emotion to, like you said, with the bee, also for documentaries. So there's really a lot of application of the slow-mo camera, also for analysis, like you did with the golf swing.
Absolutely, yeah. The price range brings it into club level, doesn't it? They can afford those for...
Absolutely, that's really what I think. So the technology is really becoming, I would say, affordable for such level of quality of equipment. But really, the application are really, there's a lot of application around the camera. Yeah. So sport
this one of the skater we got here as well is really good, just how that works and things. That's all looking really good.
Yeah, that one was with the skateboard in Germany. So it was one of the early footage that we did with the camera, and it was already super good. So we have improved since then a little bit the colors and everything. But I mean, it's already
it's a moody, arty shot, isn't it? I think.
Absolutely, and look at that.
You know,
It's really
I think what you've mentioned here though is that this whole the price range of this for, and when you put it together, the control system for, you know, under €20,000, you've got a complete super slow motion, high frame rate camera system with recording devices. You can record onto a memory system. You can record onto a little server somewhere. Stunning, I think, absolutely stunning.
easily, yeah.
And I think the images really do speak for themselves when we go over the top of these. It's
Yeah, there were some with the smoke also that were amazing. But we have all those pictures and video footage on our Vimeo page. So I really tell you to get to our Vimeo page where you can retrieve all those footage. So if you want to see more about the camera action.
perfect, fantastic. Yeah, I mean, just to wrap up, I suppose. Thanks, and thank you, Stefan, for all your support over the last 4 or 5 months getting the super slow motion. This is a demo system, so anyone in the UK or in Europe who's looking to actually have a trial of this system, please get in touch. The normal emails and stuff are available from Broadcast Solutions and from Dreamship. So, Stefan, thank you very much for your time. Really appreciate that. And anybody out there, any inquiries, please get in touch with us.
Thank you so much, Malcolm.
Thanks, guys. Okay, please. Similar thing for 15 minutes with next edition. Thanks very much. Bye-bye.